enrichment group is a group of children that are typically in the gifted and talented program. These students are typically grouped by their specific interests and work with other students to further their education with their own experiences. One way to help gifted and talented students is to implement a multi level and multi-dimensional curriculum. Differentiate the curriculum in order to address differences in the rate, depth, and pace of learning. This will enable all students in the class to learn about a specific area by creating projects at their own ability level. Another way is to provide environments that are stimulating and address cognitive, physical, emotional, and social needs of gifted children in the curriculum. Let the students move quickly through the required curriculum content and onto more advanced material, and allow for academic rigor. One thing to keep in mind with gifted and talented students is differentiation of content. This focuses the instruction on each child's developmental level. For example, some kindergarten children will be working on letter recognition, while others will be reading storybooks and need support in sight word recognition and fluency. The savvy teacher will incorporate multiple ways to teach. Some examples are hands-on experiences, whole or half-group read aloud and think alouds, worthwhile computer programs, and cooperative learning. The products of learning that allow assessment of the learning will also be differentiated. For example, after studying about Arctic animals, one group of children may produce a labeled mural, while another group may create a song or a skit.
According to Deborah Dyer, children who need a more challenging program are often the forgotten population among diverse learners. Young children enter programs with advanced language ability, many having a wide range of experiences, often older than the other children, with a higher level of precociousness, or thought of as gifted. Differentiated instruction is the educational approach that calls for intentional and tactical planning to meet the needs of individual children by teaching to their needs, strengths, and interests. When the instruction is differentiated, there are multiple paths for children to achieve learning goals. First, the teacher must get to know each child and their strengths, needs, and interests and learning styles. The teacher must also know the curriculum he or she is teaching, as well as both the curriculum the child may have already experienced and are going to be advancing into when they go into the next grade level. The teacher is now ready to differentiate the instruction in terms of the content, pedagogy, and product, as well as the learning environment. Differentiation provides for classroom spaces that facilitate collaborative and individual learning, whole class meeting time, hands on exploration, a combination of active and quiet learning, and a wide range of literature and materials.
Technology has become something that is necessary in almost every classroom. Technology can contribute to a large portion of how enrichment groups can be conducted. The Enrichment 2.0 model is an inquiry-based learning model that allows students who are not physically in the same space to collaborate together. Students from different school districts, homeschool students, and even students from another country can collaborate together through online enrichment clusters. There are steps to using the Enrichment 2.0 program. First, the teacher must receive parent consent for the child to use the internet. Second, the teacher has to group students into enrichment clusters based on their interests. Third, the instructor has to locate a wiki host to house the enrichment group. Fourth, the teacher provides students with the initial set of questions to get them thinking. Fifth, students begin their research on their chosen topic. Sixth, the students must prepare their product or service. The last step, the students will present their product or service to an audience. The Enrichment 2.0 model allows for gifted and talented students with the opportunity to collaborate with other gifted and talented students in areas of interest, which helps keep GT students engaged and motivated in school.
Research suggests that students of poverty and those who are culturally diverse can learn to read at high levels but may be hindered by societal and individual barriers. Some examples include low expectations, a culturally limited curriculum, lack of respect for diversity, and culturally biased tests. The School-Wide Enrichment Model Reading Framework, or SIM-R, was developed to provide challenging reading experiences and to increase self-regulation and reading fluency. The enrichment-based reading program allows students to select high-interest books that are slightly to moderately above the student's current reading levels. The CIM-R provides exposure to different books and uses student choice and interest to improve fluency and change some attitudes toward reading. Without this type of challenge, support, and engagement, these urban students and others like them may respond negatively to increasing levels of challenge in the classroom. The school-wide enrichment model has 3 levels of enrichment. 1. Broad exposure to areas in which students might have interests. 2. Training and methods instruction. And 3. Opportunities to pursue self-selected topics of interest to students. A case study investigated CIM-R using 3 phases. Phase 1 of the after-school CIM-R required all participating students to meet as a group for 20 minutes to listen to sections of books that were read aloud to them by researchers and guest readers. The second phase of the after-school CIM-R emphasized the development of each student's ability to engage in structured silent reading time using self-selected high-interest books for 45 to 60 minutes. The third phase of the after-school CIM-R implementation, the students remained in the same small groups to which they were assigned in Phase 2 and were encouraged to move from teacher-directed opportunities to self-choice activities over the course of the intervention. After this 6-week study, students made significant gains in reading fluency that were higher than would be predicted, as well as the attitudes of the students toward reading improved. An important component of generating interest and comprehension in reading was giving students the time and opportunity to reflect on how and when they read the best.